Namaste. Sada Vatsale Matrubhumi. A nation cannot be developed until the active participation of the people in the nation, as well in the governance, as well in the administration of the nation. Yes, I want to say again that 65.03% of the youth population we have in our nation. No nation in the world is having this much of youth population. But unfortunately, present my nation people, youth especially, are thinking to utilize the all resources of this nation to get educated. But after their education, they want to flew to the either America or Britain or Singapore or Russia. They want to stay their retirement life up to retirement life in the abroad nations. If it is continuous up to 2040, India will rise its economy and India will become as the undeveloped country. मैं ये भी कहना चाहता हूँ कि इतिहास में हमें पढ़े थे कि भारत एक डेवलप्ड देश था, लेकिन भारत आज भी डेवलप्ड देश है, लेकिन भारत में नागरिक देश के बारे में नहीं सोच रहे। नागरिक डेवलप होना चाहिए ताकि देश डेवलप होता है। Being as a teacher, I am asking many questions to the students that what you want to become. Their answers are either teacher or doctor or engineer or whatever, but no student want to become as a politician. If a student used to think, if a student will thinks about to become as a politician and try to think about the election process, then only the nation will be developed. What was happened in the history in 1945? We know that Hiroshima and Nagasaki bomb blasts were destroyed and vandalized the Japan, but within span of 70 years, same 2 or 3 years gap, 1945-47, in the same ratio, both nations were become as an independent. But when we become as an independent, little bit economically we were good compared to Japan. But right now, Japan situation, the youth of the Japan always thinks about the election process. Now today, January 25, on the occasion we are celebrating as the National Voters Day. Simply we will discuss about the election process in our India. As we all know that India became as an independent country in 1947 and a republican country in 1950 by existence of constitution, and in 1952 first time elections were conducted. Elections were conducted, it's mean elected peoples are ruling our nation. Elected peoples are ruling our nation, it's mean India became as a democracy in 1952. So who conducted these elections? We have a statutory body. That body name is called as the Election Commission. Election Commission is an autonomous body which tries to conduct free and fair and impartial elections in our country. In any nation, in any democratical nations, conduction of election is an important role. Thanks to Election Commission of India, having more than 140 crores of population, up to 18 times Lok Sabha elections were conducted smooth manner. It is not an easy task. More than 40 crores of less than 40 crores of America's elections. What was happened? We know that when Joe Biden was elected as the president of America, Trump was do not want to leave the chair of the president. But unlike India, always India is a multi-party democratical system, but each party is supporting the other parties to strengthen the nation. But the common people are not supporting on the race of the political parties. So I'm not want to explain about more about the politics, but I am want to say about the detailed information about the election commission. So let us see here carefully. Let's see here election commission. When India became as an independent for the first time, 1952 elections were conducted. When in 1952 elections were conducted, nearly 17.2 crores of population were utilized their right to vote authority. But in 2024 year, recently 18th time elections were conducted. Here we have nearly 90 crores of population are having right to vote authority. Nearly 90 crores of population are utilizing the right to vote authority. So detailedly let us be entered to know more about the election commission. According to Indian constitution, part 15th will detailedly explain about the election commission and its functions. Part 15th, remember when constitution came into existence, there were 22 parts. Among the 22 parts, part number 15 is dealing about the election commission and its duties. Article numbers 322 to 329. Right now we have more than 444, but when it is came into existence, I'm talking about the constitution came into existence, there were 395 articles. We all know that out of 395 original constitution articles, article number 324 to 329 will be deals about the election commission. Detailed, let us know. Competitive examination aspirants, let us know more about the 324 to 329 articles. Article number 324 will be explain about the composition of election commission. Election commission, निर्वाचन सदन की निर्माण कैसा होता है, किसी तरह से होता है. This all detailed explanation is there in article number 324. 324 धारा 324 में है. धारा 325 325 stipulates the procedure of participation of electoral rolls. The process of electoral rolls, how it will be maintained by the election commission, will be detailed fully explained in the article number 325. Article number 326, granting the universal adult franchisee. Universal adult franchisee. Universal adult franchisee, it's mean that when India became as an independent in 1947, in 1952 for the first time elections were conducted, and in 1952, irrespective of caste, creed, region, religion, Indian government and election commission has given right to vote authority for the all people, those who crossed more than 21 years of age. 21 years of age. But in the year, remember this thing also, many times it has asked in many competitive examinations, the right to vote authority has reduced from 21 years to 18 years in the year 1988 year through 62nd amendment. The then Prime Minister was Rajiv Gandhi, we all know that. Initially, right to vote authority was given to the people, those who have crossed more than 21 years of age, but right now we are giving right to vote authority. Election Commission is giving right to vote authority to the people, those who crossed more than 18 years. It means 21 to 18 years were reduced through an amendment. The amendment is called as the 62nd amendment, which was took place in 1988 year. The then Prime Minister was Rajiv Gandhi. It's remember, 3 into 2 is equals to 6. Article number 326 will be deals about 3 into 2 is equals to 6. 322 will be deals about the granting of the universal adult franchisee. Article number 327 and 328 will be deals about 327, 328 vests the powers of making laws related to the election on parliamentary and state legislature. This धारा 327, 328 ये कहता है कि पार्लियामेंट और राज्य की असेंबली इलेक्शन के प्रोसेस के बारे में नया नया एक्ट्स को भी लागू कर सकते हैं. दिस information will be deals about article 322 to 328, and lastly 329 article will be deals about the limitations of the interference of the courts in election matters. कोर्ट्स भी इलेक्शन प्रोसेस में कहां तक अपने कदम रख सकते हैं, कहां तक पाबंदी रखा सकता है, ये विषय को धारा 329 समझाती है. So this is detailed information about 324 to 329. Remember, article 324 to 329 will be detailed fully explain about the formation and functions and jurisdictions of the election commission. Now slowly let us we discuss about the election commission and its functions, detailed full functions. Election commission, actually election commission does not having any its own employees. Then who will work under the election commission? Let us know. Election commission right now present chief election commissioner of India is Rajiv Kumar. Remember, from 2020 onwards he is working. He is the 26th election commissioner, and remember the first election commissioner is Sukumar Sen. Sukumar Sen was worked as the first election commissioner, and right now Rajiv Kumar is working as the chief election commissioner of the Central Election Commission. And comment the name who is working as a present election commissioner of the Telangana state. Comment in the comment box section. And present our election commission is having one chief election commissioner and 2 election commissioners. So 3 members panel is working in the election body. The remaining election commissioners are Gyanesh Kumar and Sukhbir Singh. These 2 persons' names were asked in the previous group 3 and group 4 examinations. Remember the names. One is Gyanesh Kumar, second one is Sukhbir Singh. These 2 are acting as the present election commissioners, and Rajiv Kumar is working as the chief election commissioner. And election commission, it was founded in 1950 January 25. 1950 January 25. That is why in January 25, 2010, 60 years celebrations were conducted in the election commission. 60 years celebrations were conducted. So we all know that Diamond Jubilee celebrations were conducted to make the Indian people, especially to the youth people, to get involvement of them in the election process, to get awareness about the impact about the election and election process. Election Commission has came with a novel idea that 2011 onwards, let me celebrate this January 25 as a significant day, because in 1950 January 25 it was founded. So 2010th year it is completed, it's a 60 years of foundation day. So 2011 onwards, first National Voters Day has been observed, and right now in 2015 we are celebrating 15th National Voters Day. Why we are celebrating? Because आने वाली पीढ़ियों को भी देश में क्या हो रहा है, देश के लिए देश को आगे ले जाना चाहिए तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए, सरकार नौकरी पाना है तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए, हमारा रूपी का वैल्यू भी डॉलर से बराबर होने के लिए हमें क्या करना चाहिए, ये सभी कहाँ से हो सकता है? एक अच्छा तरह का सरकार बने तो ही हो सकता है। अच्छा तरह का सरकार बनना चाहिए तो हम अच्छा नागरिक बनना चाहिए। वो अच्छा नागरिक बनाने के लिए Election Commission has been observing this day as the National Voters Day. And Election Commission, many rapid changes were also happened in the Election Commission. During the election time, Model Code of Conduct will be released by the Election Commission. And when elections were conducted in 1952, ballot papers were vitally used. But due to modern technology, we are not using ballot papers. We are shifted from ballot papers to EVM machines, electronic voting machines. Electronic voting machines are introduced by the Election Commission, and at the same time, just remember, in an MP constituency or in an MLA constituency, 64 candidates also can be contested. At the same time, 64 candidates polling votes also can be calculated through only one electronic voting machine. I comes from the Telangana. I comes from the Chevalla MP constituency. Here also nearly 21 to 25 members were contested. These 25 to 26 members polling votes were calculated through only one machine. So it is becoming as an easy process when EVM machines were introduced. And according to the guidelines of Supreme Court, in 2013 year, Nota also introduced. Nota means none of the above. Imagine, just feel that you are a voter. If you below than 18 years or more than 18 years, if you are an voter from Mahbub Nagar constituency, the all candidates who are contesting from your MP constituency are not good according to your mindset. Then what is your duty? To participate in the election or to not participate in the election? So that is why you can select the button of the note also. None of the above candidate is interested by mine. It is a new ideology and new procedure. But a negative point of this, according to my individual mindset, is if 1 lakh votes were polled in a constituency, nearly 70,000 of votes were polled for Nota also. The second person who get majority of votes lesser than the Nota can be declared as the winning candidate. This is the negative point. But my suggestion is, if all candidates are get less than Nota votes, the candidates should not be contested up to the 10 or 15 years in the upcoming elections. This type of vital decision, if it is taken by the Election Commission, I think rigging or malpractices automatically will be reduced. And coming to VVPAT, voters verified paper audit trial. In the election day, on the election day, you casted your vote, but you don't know that to whom. Suppose I am thinking for X party, I want to cast my vote. I casted my vote also. But before VVPAT introduction, we really do not know that to really our vote was casted to the particular person or not. But after implementation of the VVPAT, a mission will be there. In the mission, your vote is casted for the particular person. Like a ticket will be existed in the mission. Through that, we are getting a transparency ideology on the Election Commission work. And coming to The next information, what the chief election commissioners, among many chief election commissioners, T.N. Shesham, who worked as a chief election commissioner from 1990 to 1996, was created an impactable and powerful role in the election process. He was for the first time introduced electoral photo identity cards, which generally we are calling as EPIC epic cards. Electoral photo identity cards were introduced during the period of TN session. Especially right now, Telangana state and Andhra state students can be utilize this information for the 10th class social information also, that electoral photo identity cards were introduced by the TN session to make a transparency elections, and he has introduced some reforms also in the process of election. The reforms are written here. 14 days limited time for the campaigning after the withdrawal of their nomination. Any candidate can be campaigned for 14 days. 14 days were given limitations. Before that, the days were 28 days were given for campaigning, but the campaigning days were reduced up to 14 days, and one candidate should not be contested from the more than constituencies. Recently, we all know that Rajiv Gandhi has contested from the Uttar Pradesh state and from one more Wayanad constituency from the Kerala state also. Fortunately, he succeeded from the both constituencies. But here our information is, a person cannot be contested from the more than two MP constituencies and two MLA constituencies. Coming to our Telangana information also, Revanth Reddy contested from Kodangal constituency and Kamareddy constituency. Chandrasekhar Rao, KCR also contested from the Gajwel constituency and Kamareddy constituency. According to constitution, according to this election commission formula, one person can be contested from the more than two constituencies, less than the two constituencies. It is approved. Third thing, if any candidate is punished for 2 years, he can be buried for the elections for up to the 6 years. One more example here is Lalu Prasad Yadav has prisoned for 6 years. That is why election commission has taken a decision that throughout his lifetime he cannot contest in the elections. Next, coming to the contesting candidate is expired. If suppose a contesting candidate is expired, the election cannot be banned, but elections can be postponed. Last one is, after campaigning, sale of liquor is prohibited about 48 hours. After campaigning, just imagine March 3rd, Telangana state elections are going to be conducted. March 1, by evening 6 p.m. only, sale of liquor will be banned up to the upcoming 48 hours. These 5 formulas were introduced by the TN session, and still also these 5 formulas are working in a successful way. And coming to the functions of the election commission is having 3 major functions. They are administrative function, advisory function and quasi-judiciary function. Administrative function, advisory function and quasi-judiciary function. And coming to the major important article number 324 clause 6th. Earlierly I have said that article number 324 to 329 will be deals about the election commission. Especially to the article number 324, let us be use. I am a government employee, but I am not a employee in the election commission. But during the election time, election commission can be utilized my services. See here, with the prior permission of the president of the election commission can use central and state employees. With the prior permission from the president of our India, election commission can be used both central employees and state employees as well. Without prior permission from the central election commission, no major decisions can be taken. During the election time, we all know that transfers cannot be made, and without proper perfect reason, except a medical reason, no holidays also will be sanctioned to the government employees of state employee and central employee during the election time. This is because elections to be conducted in a transparency way. So many times this question also asked that किस धारा की तरह से इलेक्शन कमीशन केंद्र सरकार की और राज्य सरकार की नौकरदारों को उपयोग कर सकते हैं, वो धारा का नाम है 324 clause 6th. Remember this article also. And coming to the 18th Lok Sabha elections were conducted in 2024 year. We all know that in Telangana government has shifted from BRS party to Congress party, and same NDA party is ruling in the national level. But here we need to discuss that we have 543 Lok Sabha seats in the parliament. Out of these 543 Lok Sabha seats, 17 Lok Sabha seats are there from the Telangana, and 11 Rajya Sabha seats are there from the Rajya Sabha. And throughout the country, out of 543, 412 general seats are there, and 84 seats are reserved for the SC community. People can be contest from the 84 seats. Example from our Telangana, Nagar Karnool MP constituency, Peddapalli MP constituency are reserved for SCs, and 47 ST seats are reserved for the Lok Sabha throughout our country. Coming to Telangana, Mahbubabad is an MP constituency. It is purely reserved for STs. So 47 plus 84 plus 412, totally 543 MP seats are there in the Lok Sabha. Coming to our Telangana, in our Telangana, we have 119 MLA seats. Out of 119 MLA seats, 19 seats are, many times this question also asked, 19 Telangana legislative assembly seats are reserved for SCs communities, and 12 seats are reserved for ST communities. And out of 119, 31 seats are reserved for SCs and STs, and 88 seats are reserved for the general candidates. So, example of SC community MLA seats, Vikarabad, Chevella are the MLA constituencies which are reserved for the SC communities. Achampeta is reserved for the SC community. Mahbubabad, just we discussed it. Mahbubabad is reserved for the ST community. Mulugu, right now Sitaka is acting as one of the ministers of Telangana government. 12 seats are reserved for the ST communities. So finally, I want to make you to understand that without perfect participation in the government of the youth population, government cannot work in a perfect way. And my recommendation I want to make, I want to recommend, and I want to suggest, and I want to the viewers of my video to make a demand that how 21 years to 18 years the right to vote authority has reduced. Right now, the right to vote authority has to be reduced up to the 15 years, because now youth of India and youth of intermediate degree also are aware about the present election process. So if right to vote authority has reduced up to the 15 years, voting percentage will be improved. And thanks to the election commission, when it has came into power, then onwards only it has given right to vote authority for the all people, irrespective of caste, creed, region, religion. Unlike the America, unlike the Britain, up to 1960 America has not given right to vote authority for the females, and up to 1970 Britain also not given right to vote authority for the females. But unlike the developed countries, we are already developed to empowering the women. And this is brief information about the election commission. If you likes it really, subscribe my channel and share to the others. Thank you.